South Africa has 32 ministers and 43 deputy ministers, which means that we have 75 people who make huge decisions every single day, but almost nobody follows them closely. Now, imagine if content creators in 2026 decided to lock in and each one picked just one minister or deputy minister to track consistently, simply to stay updated on what that person is doing, where they are traveling, what meetings they attend, what projects they launch, what problems they are supposed to be fixing, and whether actually anything actually happens after the announcements. So, as a content creator, you would then take that information and turn it into clear and simple YouTube videos or TikTok videos once a week, or even once a day if you feel like you have the capacity for it. Do you understand how much that could change the country? It would be useful for maybe 100 creators to lock into one minister, or even 10, to be honest, could be a good start, because even that would create pressure. If 100 creators locked into one minister, it would be massive and real national oversight. But let's say about 10 creators locked into one minister each, covering the 75 ministers, would mean that about 750 creators are locked in to national coverage of South African governance. That force would be bigger than some newsrooms. The reality is that governments tend to behave better when they know that somebody is paying close attention, and having real and proper numbers would mean that people are less likely to feel intimidated, because you would have a network of other creators covering the same focus. So even if they try to come at you, you would have reinforcement. So, as a content creator, you already have the tools, the platforms, the personality to make this work. And if you were thinking about starting a YouTube channel or a TikTok page, this would be a good start for you too. This wouldn't be content from an activism point of view either. We have enough activists and NGOs and watchdogs and the whole lot of those type of organizations already doing some of the work. This would also reinforce the work that they're already doing on the ground and give them a bigger voice to make the positive change that they have already started working on. And if we are completely honest with ourselves, this is really the kind of content that people want right now, because everyone is tired of being confused about what the government actually does. This idea works because it doesn't require you to switch your whole brand. You don't have to become a full time political commentator or study law or become an analyst. You can keep your current content style and simply add one new angle. What did my selected minister do this week? That's it. You can focus on their speeches, their travel, their decisions, their tenders, their failures, or even the good changes that they make, because there are people who are actually doing the right things. And because most creators avoid this lane completely, you will instantly stand out. The truth is that mainstream media can't really do this properly because of rules, political affiliations, and corporate pressure. But creators can. Creators can speak plainly. Creators can point out the nonsense. Creators can hype up good decisions. And creators have become the public's main pipeline for the truth, because the audience trusts people who speak like them. And the focus won't only be on national politics. Naturally, some creators will dive into the Madlanga Commission. Others will focus on municipal issues. Others can track loans from the World Bank, and other creators can focus on tracking the president's office specifically. And someone else might log into the health system or the education system. If creators divide the workload, South Africans can finally get clarity about their own country. And with clarity comes power, the kind the government doesn't bother teaching people. What makes this idea so powerful is that it also helps you as the creator. This can help you build your portfolio and grow your credibility. It will help boost your watch time and also connect you to other creators who do the same thing. If you are someone who perhaps wants to enter politics one day. This can give you a direct pathway because people will already see you as someone who understands how South Africa actually works. If you want to build a strong channel, this gives you consistent content for the entire year. If you're young and you don't know where to start with civic engagement, this is the easiest and most practical entry point. Just pick one leader and cover them properly. Over time, your content becomes a public record. Your videos become accountability tools. You become part of a national conversation without needing anyone's permission. And the best part is that you help South Africa get better. You help reduce corruption by exposing it. You help highlight good decisions so that they don't get ignored. You help ordinary people understand their own government. You help close the gap between politicians and citizens. And you don't have to start a political party or even run for office to do it, which brings me to another point of contention that I want South Africans to also think about, but perhaps that can be another video. But also, you don't need millions of followers for this. You just need consistency. If enough creators step into this lane in 2026, even starting with a network of 10 creators per minister, the culture of civic engagement in South Africa changes completely without us having to vote for the DA because we feel like they have the best plan. They don't. Not for the majority of people who have been marginalized for their whole lives. They have ridiculous Western ideology that has failed where it comes from, but they still want to bring it here just to cause a disruption. We don't need that. We need to fix what we currently have and build the nation instead of breaking it down into little pieces that can potentially break off. Like the whole Cape independence garbage that people are currently advocating for. South Africa is one nation, and we need to stand together in solidarity to fix the mess that we created. This way, South Africans get informed, the government becomes more accountable and focused, and creators build real influence. I mean, that's a win for everyone.